This is Movies, a podcast about the act of cinema, and with me today, I call him Heathcliff. It's MLH. How are you doing, MLH? How are we doing? I kind of adopted you, much like Heathcliff was adopted by the drunkard gambler father in Wuthering Heights.
I'm so happy, and I've learned so much. And yes, and I was really off put by Doc Martin in this. I didn't know Doc
You
Martin.
gotta watch your audio. You were peaking very easily here by raising your voice. You gotta whisper.
I'm turning it down a bit.
Now it's crystal clear. I'm familiar with Doc Martin and Doc Martin boots, but what are you referring to exactly for PBS?
So what's his character? The dad. Let's call him Daddy. In the so he is in a show by PBS. Well, it's Acorn TV, whatever the fuck that British shit is. But British shows they have their own like fan base in whatever old people like them. I mean there's a lot of good ones by that younger people like Poldark is one that I just know a lot of people really like that show. He's a great actor, lead character of Poldark. But with Doc Martin, he's like this wholesome local village. I love the word village for a town. We need to bring that back. Uh, but it's a Doc Martin. It's like he's just the doctor of the town, and there's wacky characters he runs into, and he's the moral driving force of the town. And him being the moral driving force of that town in that TV show he's the complete opposite in Wuthering Heights. He's the alcoholic, gambling addict father that kind of definitely contributes to the sort of sexual debauchery that his children get into. And but I found him to be great in this film. And I'm very thankful to be here on the podcast to talk about the latest adaptation of Wuthering Heights with Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie. So thank you for having me on.
Of course, of course. I was hoping that we could get Kenny in here. I knew he wasn't going to be able to see the movie, but I think it would just be fun to have him talking about his own trials and tribulations and romances. We're currently getting, I'm sure you're getting hammered too, but we got a blizzard going on in the Northeast right now.
Yes,
Definitely New York, definitely Massachusetts. I would assume Philly's probably getting hit pretty bad, but it's not working out that way. No, it's a two-man operation here. Let me ask you, had you, because I was also reading Wuthering Heights in the lead up to the show, and I was thinking, you know what, this could be a fantastic opportunity to release this episode as a backdoor pilot. And I was originally thinking it was going to be like a side podcast that we do every once in a while called Books, as a little on the nose.
What's that about?
Well, that would be a podcast about the act of literature, young Michael.
Oh my God, you're already coming up with a surname for this. Oh my goodness.
But we're not going to do that. That's a little too obvious. So I got an alternative name, which is going to be Pen to Page. And when we do a film adaptation as well, it's going to be Pen to Page to Screen.
Woo! Woo!
So I guess this will count as that. But I have to say, I did not finish Wuthering Heights in time. It's a very dense book. It is enormous. It is several generations of these characters, and Heathcliff's horrible nature.
What? Really?
It's a lot.
I didn't know. Is it that different from the fucking movie?
Than the 2026 movie?
I didn't know it was that different from
It's pretty different. There's some differences. I think generally people are over exaggerating how different it is because they want to.
Black?
No, he's not black. No,
because that's a whole thing where, and it's like, first of all, it doesn't matter. Go fuck yourself. And second off, it could be Roma. It could be. We're reading off the description I've read in like excerpts of the book. I haven't read the whole book, so
No, that's nonsense. That
could be.
See,
Gypsy,
here's what happened.
Roma,
that
Indian
type of conversation
Arab.
Really started to swell in literary culture in the 2010s. That's around the same time that they started reevaluating all these different characters, and I think the most obvious one that people can look towards is Hermione in Harry Potter. Because there's one description about her having brown eyes, and then that was parlayed into casting a black actress for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child off Broadway. So people started running with that Hermione was actually, she was kind of black. But no, Heathcliff is not black. If anything, he might be a gypsy. He might be Romanian, something along those lines that they would have considered ethnically unfavorable, but still what we would likely consider white today.
He might be the demiurge. He might be, something of a Gnostic literature. You never know.
You say he might be demisexual?
He could be demisexual. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. I mean,
I don't think he's demisexual.
I can't wait to see where history will be rewritten, because the winners win. So we'll see who wins. Yeah, that's crazy to me, and I love how it happened right next to well, rather recently with this adaptation, right next to the Helen of Troy thing. Um, it's
Oh, right. Well, what is that? That's Nolan's adaptation. Decided to cast Lupita Nyong'o as Helena Troy, right?
I don't know if that's I think that is confirmed, but I don't know. But that is fascinating to me. I love where we're going.
Well, let's put it this way: have you ever, in the history of any entertainment, writing, whatever, have you ever seen a black character described by their characteristic vagueness? Oh, he had dark brown eyes and dark skin. That's not really how you describe a black, because that would not be unique. That doesn't
You
stand out for a black person.
also
It would be
150 years ago
for,
they'd call him the hard R probably or something.
well, that's the other point is, okay, well,
Like
this was published what, 200 years ago, so I couldn't imagine that would even be a specter in her mind. 1847. You really think so? Do you think it's coded language? Do you think the implication there is that he's black? No, it's not the case. I don't think. And honestly, with this 2026 movie, if that were the actual, like, if there was something of substance to that, I don't think Emerald Fennell would have a problem with that. Clearly, based off of the casting in this movie, and then also Saltburn. So come
also,
on.
yeah, her films are from what I've seen and what I've heard, I have not seen them, but from what I hear, they're demonic spells placed upon the film industry. And but
What?
they
Hold
all
on.
look
Pause.
utterly
Pause on that
filmed
note. Pause on that note.
fascinatingly. Yeah.
Pause on that note. What is the controversy? Why do people find this movie degenerate? And I'm not going to, single out anyone in particular, but I will say Aggie's review was damning. He scorched this movie. He gave it a half a star, and he regretted even giving it a half star. But he's not the only one. We have a Discord for conversation around movies, Mass State Lottery. By the way, Mass State Lottery is available right now for you to watch. If you didn't go to the theatrical screenings, if you didn't buy a Blu-ray, you can watch it right now digitally at mslfilm.com.
Yes.
But we got fans, we got listeners in the Discord who said that this movie was degenerate. I don't see that at all, frankly. What is the problem with this movie, MLH?
I don't have a problem. I actually, because I heard about these like demonic spells that were Elmer Fanning's latest two films, and then I go into this one kind of expecting to maybe if there's nobody else in the aisle, I can jerk off. That's always my. No, I'm joking. But I really I liked it. Maybe it's because I just watched Barry Lyndon. Um, and I really like the lighting. I love the
Mm-hmm.
cinematographer. He's the same cinematographer on Jay Kelly. But I guess people just they didn't like that.
Is
I
it
don't know the
just the
character.
cheating? Is it the
I think
cheating?
it's just cheating, and I think that um I don't even know why people don't like this film that much. I think that women in the film industry are so worshipped to the point where they don't even want them to do sex scenes, and I think that I think because my younger people are like desensitized to porn so much that sex scenes in movies are sort of seen as like cringe.
Hmm.
So because there's because sex scenes in movies are trying to have meaning for the most part. I mean, a lot of them are absolute garbage, and have no meaning. I mean, you look at Watchmen. Honestly, I really like that one, but it is kind of like out of place
I
in the
think the
Watchmen
the
sex
music
scene
on that sex scene makes it uncomfortable. It made it feel cringe. And I love Watchmen. I give
war.
it like
Yeah.
4.5, 5 stars. I think is as close to a
Oh, that's one of the
perfect
best movies ever made.
comic book
But
movie. Yeah, but
there's
that
a
sex scene
statistic,
takes me out for certain.
but there is a statistic on generations and their enjoyment of sex scenes in
Hmm.
Gen Z for whatever reason does not like sex scenes in movies, and I think it's because of the mind warping of well, you could go in 5 hours on what warped our minds, but so that's an argument there. Maybe that's why people don't like it because they see it as off putting, as like why would she show her body like
And this is
that
this is
in
a
such an
clean movie. There's like
insensitive.
no nudity at all for an R-rated romance film that has sexual scenes and all sorts
Yeah,
of power play moments. You don't see a tit, you don't see a dick, you don't see there's nothing in here. They either cut away or they're like strategic with it, which was kind of, honestly, that was a net negative for me, as I expected something a little bit more in that department, and there was none of it.
yeah, and I mean, there I think it's properly filmed and maneuvered, but I think
Hmm.
I think people were. definitely expecting some sort of, you know, big cock in big ass, something like that. So but I feel like the story was very well done. I really like the lighting, like the straightforward lighting,
Hmm.
but also I just feel like there was no, I don't even know, but like I just feel like people were expecting something that they didn't get out of this. And I think it was supposed to be some like comedy, tragic film. And I just enjoyed it. I think it had like, I think towards the middle there was some pacing issues. And there's some like kind of like, you could tell it's kind of glossing over a bunch of shit every now and then. And
Yeah, I mean
side characters,
there's
blah blah blah.
some
Yeah.
the way that the movie was tackled is a departure from the book because the book is handled from the POV of some of these side characters, and it shifts with the book. And in this, they're really condensing it down to the romantic relationship purely between Kathy and Heathcliff. And they kind of soften the Heathcliff character. He's much more of a bastard in the book, and it proceeds, several. It's way more in depth, and I don't even think a lot of the film adaptations, and there are several adaptations of Wuthering Heights, broach how deep all of that winds up going. Like there are things, for example, after Kathy's death, where he's trying to persuade his offspring into getting with her offspring, and living that romance on and stuff like that. It's
Oh,
very
that's
peculiar.
drawn. That's crazy.
It goes very deep. Yeah, it goes long.
Well, how does one thing that the film did not answer, unfortunately, is how did he make his money when he went
Oh, you don't
away?
find out in the book either. It's just a mystery. But it
But
makes
even
him
then, like,
seem pirate esque with the earring and the tooth and everything, You would imagine that's probably the case. After having his heart
yeah.
broken by Kathy, he's left with just that drunkard adopted father who beat the shit out of him. And he takes on some of his traits as he gets older, right? You could easily fathom that it would probably be through less moralistic means that he made that money.
Yeah, and I feel like yeah, there was a little something missing with him, and I feel like he did kind of get properly acted as like a blockhead. Like he did kind of seem like a blockhead like type of character. He did seem kind of dumb
The
and
entire
like
time he had his
impulsive.
long hair in the beginning, I just looked at him as Frankenstein. I kept thinking, that's
That too.
Frankenstein. Frankenstein is living at Wuthering Heights.
Frankenweenie. Yeah, Frankenweenie. Um, yeah. I mean, but what are you hearing that's negative? I haven't heard much negative besides the
Well,
race
this is what I'm
stuff.
confused by. I'm trying to understand what people found so objectionable about this movie. Now, I did listen to Red Scare, and they reviewed. They weren't fans of the movie for
What did they say?
several reasons, just creatively, artistically, that it's sexless. Da, 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 da. Jack Mason also gave a similar review where it was deriding the movie based upon those means as well. But I think from our sphere of things, what I don't get is like that more online centric male 20s 30s who dislikes this film, who is not on board with this film, because I think as a movie this is one of the best examples of the classic big budget blockbuster Warner Brothers epic film, which you don't really get anymore. Superman tried to dress itself up as that. It wasn't that. It was cheap. Maybe One Battle After Another, you could squint your eyes and say that that was that, just because it is like a very big accomplishment to have shot, right? And you have like an A-list cast. But um,
Successful in the public view. Let's get that out of the way. But yeah, and I hated that film. But I would say it was successful in that terms. But
mhm.
yeah. But
I
this
think
is that.
Sinners
Continue. Sorry.
is Sinners is
Yeah.
another one where it's like a cross section between Superman and something like this, where it's bombastic, it's ambitious, but like there's aspects of that that look cheap as fuck to me as well, and I think that's a horrible movie. So this is
Mm.
probably one of the better examples we've seen coming out of
Yeah.
2025, which
Oh
was a
yes.
very successful year for Warner Brothers. But honestly, there's tons of duds in there, just in terms of the critical quality of it.
Oh, I again. I mean, I can't boost Jay Kelly enough. But that cinematography. Let's find his name. Let's shout. Oh shit. let's shout him out real quick because I just love the color. I love the straightforward lighting. I love the lack of like diffused, stupid like. Oh my god, I just hate certain lighting. Yeah, that really is just so bland and
Did you
um
think some of this was too
yeah.
much though? Because I'll be honest with you, when I looked at some of the costume design and the set design, I felt like it was a little too saturated. Felt like it was a little too colorful. The very stark green, stark red. It was a lot to
Minus Sandgren.
throw at the audience.
Minus Sandgren. Nah, I mean I don't know. Maybe I'm retarded, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm starved of well shot films. I don't know. Maybe that's me.
Well,
Maybe
here's something
I don't
I'll
know.
say to this movie's favor visually is that they were not afraid of shadows, which Netflix
I
or
loved it.
any fucking movie today that gets dropped on streaming is ultra concerned with how it's going to look on your television, which they should be. But the way that they handle that and find a solution to that is to like artificially light shit to shoot it with either green screen backgrounds or
Da
those
Vinci Relight.
light up. Yes, you get a lot of Da Vinci relight these days, so
Your
that's not
favorite.
good.
Mhm. Yeah, no, and I
Uh oh, you cut out your audio there.
just like it kind of balances it out. I mean, like a lot of like again with like the shadowy oriented scenes, especially when you see the father later in life. You
Mm.
know, in he's crawling around the ground and it reveals his golem like face. I thought that was such a well done scene. When Margot Robbie's character goes back to the house and to visit the father, and you reveal his like fucked up teeth, and it just was like really that was a particularly well lit scene.
You know what I noticed in that scene, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but I could have sworn, and I feel like I'm an expert on being able to detect this. There's an enormous stack of beer bottles and alcohol bottles in one of the corners. I'm almost certain it was AI generated through like Firefly, Adobe, something, one of these programs that's pretty commonplace. I'm almost certain of it, but they didn't leave it on
Oh,
screen long enough to detect. Just, I know
oh,
listen, I'm agnostic to it. I'm indifferent. I've used it before, absolutely. So I'm not being critical. Just something I noticed. I thought it was, funny. Let's go back to the beginning though, because this movie starts with Kathy and Heathcliff as children. It actually starts with a hanging, and it alludes to like the hanging is like a sexual gesture or whatever. And what did you make of that? Because the first 15-20 minutes of the film was losing me. I was like, maybe I should have waited for this to come out on HBO Max. And then as soon as we got away from the child actors, I was fully in.
now that I think about it, I don't think it really set up much at all. I mean, it only kind of set up. It didn't even really set up the other housemaid out of wedlock child well, whatever her name was, the Asian girl. Like, it didn't
Nelly.
even set up that dynamic that well at all. I mean, I'd agree. It didn't really set up anything at all besides the initial adoption of Heathcliff. I mean,
Well, that I mean, I think
and
that's
a
ultimately
beating.
what
That's it.
what this film made a decision on is we're gonna reduce every world building element and all these side characters so we can exclusively focus on Kathy and Heathcliff and the trajectory of their romance. And I think that was smart because otherwise, what are you doing? You might as well just do a limited series because you're going to need 8 hours. You're going to need 4 or 5 episodes minimum in order
Yeah.
to extrapolate everything from the book.
I mean, there a lot of film. That's a kind of a what you would call a reoccurring issue in a lot of cinema is and this is like a new thing in the past 10 years rather. Can this be better as a series?
Mm-hmm.
I said this about multiple things. I said this particularly about The Irishman. I thought that would have been a great miniseries. Maybe could have even been going for 3 seasons. I mean, or two. And with this, I don't know. I haven't read the book, but from what I hear, it could have been a great miniseries or maybe even a two-part film. Nah, I don't know about all that, but like
You
you
could
know,
have
it
no,
could.
you absolutely
Yeah,
could have done
like
a
maybe.
two-part film.
Yeah,
If you're doing it through Warner Brothers, I think that would have maybe been. But you also have to wonder if the general appetite would still be as strong for part two. A lot of these movies that are based on books try to do that. They try to go with the part two, part three model, and they wind up short circuiting. They wind up exhausting their audience with the first one for whatever reason. They might, misfire. And I feel like, okay, you made a decision here to make your version of Wuthering Heights, and a lot of people aren't on board with that. A lot of people don't fuck with that. Um, I do. I think if you're going to be adapting material that has already, especially already been adapted like 50 times over, that's been done as BBC miniseries, that has been done in the 30s with prestigious actors, old Hollywood actors. Do your version of it. Who cares about everything else? And don't feel inclined to stick to the source material. Adapt what matters to you and build something new out of it, because it's going to be something new regardless.
Yeah, and again, I haven't seen any of these other adaptations, so I can't
Nor have I.
compare, and I don't really plan on it. I don't really ever plan on like. I mean, I'd say like maybe like I don't really know a lot of like remake. Like if something's a remake of something, I don't really ever plan on like going back to it. If it's this is the first one I've seen, like who's gonna watch like the old A Star Is Born ones? Like I think they're like a generational thing. So
Uh,
yeah,
well, I would say, I think I watched all three of Star is Born
there's
films.
four.
There's four, you're right. There's two from the early 20th century, and then there's the 70s, and then there's the Bradley Cooper one. So what are you saying that did you watch the Bradley Cooper one and then get demotivated to watch the other earlier incarnations?
Yeah, I don't I yeah. Why would I watch? I mean, I would maybe watch the Chris Christopherson one. I would probably do that,
I
but
like that
like
one the best.
yeah, I just there's a lot of like with this. It's like, am I gonna go watch and compare? But I do think, I mean, maybe that could have been interesting.
Well, I think
But I don't,
a good example
you
you
know,
can run through with that is go watch the different versions of A Christmas Carol, because it's all the same
yeah, that
story.
is interesting. Or the Grinch. I mean, we talked about that.
I mean, I wouldn't go to the honestly, I don't even think you need to watch any except the original cartoon from the 60s for the
Well,
Grinch.
we disagreed on that. I'm a big Jim Carrey
Jim
Grinch
Carrey head.
fan.
Yeah. But A Christmas Carol, you've got so many variations of Scrooge that are playing it essentially the exact same. It is the same beats almost every single time, with the exception of something like Scrooge, where they're moving it into like, all right, where it's television network, it's the 1980s, it's Bill Murray. And, you can watch three or four adaptations in a row that predate the 1970s, and it's going to be a completely different vibe every single time. Uh, there's one in particular, I think, from the 40s that I think is the best version of it. But for what it's worth, the George C. Scott Ebenezer Scrooge is the best
That sounds
performed
good.
Scrooge.
I
Yeah.
have not ever.
The
That sounds interesting.
the
Well, with
TV
this,
movie is
have you seen
whatever.
any other Wuthering Heights or?
No, but I think I'm going to. There's one with Tom Hardy from 20 years ago that I think was made for TV that looks like it's
That
pretty
sounds
good.
interesting. Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, like I remember I just told like my dad about this, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I saw that movie like whatever in the '80s. I don't even know, But I apparently there's another adaptation that's good, and so another thing I heard is that the original book isn't even as is it not as sexual or like what is that? Like, is the book as sexual as this film?
I mean, it's 1847. It's not getting crazy. It's
Yeah,
romanticized language, but it's not. No, it's not like
he
perverse or
takes
anything.
her.
Yeah.
Period.
I mean, it's essentially within that realm of things how things are phrased. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And honestly, the written sex scenes for any book are always going to be garbage. It's never going to be written well, and the only people who find that type of thing uh, to be compelling in written form usually are women, because that's who's buying and reading erotica and fucking romance novels. So especially for the 1800s, they're not going too in depth with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I again. Yeah. That is true with the like erotic, like the But there's always the joke about the like the werewolf rape books or whatever the fuck that like are
Hmm.
50 Shades of Grey or whatever. I mean, and
I
again with
think
yeah,
we might be overdue for a new one of those or a new Twilight. I feel like
and that's fine.
it's
I'm
stirring.
ready.
It's in the air.
I'm I'm ready, and I bet it's going to be like the ice sex fantasies or something.
Ice? What? Like ice? The government? Ice?
I meant I meant the object. I mean the type of liquid, the frozen liquid. That's what I meant.
Ice sex fantasies?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Like
I
do
mean,
the right
I bet
thing
it's
where he's
some like
rubbing an ice cube
weird.
on Rosie Perez's nibs?
What is that? Is that in a movie or something? What
It's
movie?
before your time.
Anyways,
It's classic Spike Lee. Spike Lee is Wuthering Heights. The
Spike. Yeah,
Heights.
that's what we need. We need the Black Wuthering Heights. We need the or the True Wuthering Heights.
I'm surprised they haven't done that
Um,
yet. A full black cast. There's only actually been one adaptation that's done Black Heathcliff.
who's that? What is going on?
That was, I think, another BBC adaptation. That's no pun
Of course
intended.
it is. I mean that makes great sense. Oh, yeah. So um that would be yeah. I don't know. I mean I don't really plan on watching any of those like older, especially like TV movies. I mean,
You should
but
honestly. Some of these TV movies from the '70s are excellent. Are really good.
you
And
know what I want to see is the Nosferatu Leon Vitali one. Have you heard of that
ooh,
one?
Leon Vitali's Nosferatu. No, I haven't heard of this.
That's how he blew up. He was an actor and he was Nosferatu in a TV movie in the 70s. It was actually like apparently really good.
Interesting. This is, I'm assuming, predating Werner Herzog's '70s adaptation of Nosferatu.
Probably like within the 5 years of it
Huh.
or something.
No, I've never heard of this before.
Yeah.
Wow. He was
I don't.
such an
I mean,
ugly
let me
guy.
look
What a
that up. I don't
creepy
really
dude
know.
Leon Vitali was. You can't really see it here. But I went to a house in like some part of Long Island, I remember, and we were shooting there for Omega Fish Corp, and there was a giant portrait of two blonde children with bowl cuts that were in the living room. I'll see if I can grab it off my phone real quick. But it was so
That's
eerie, and that's what Leon Vitali looks like. He looks like a strange child with a bowl cut.
hmm,
In the photo I just saw
wait.
here.
Is it this one?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he looks like he looks like the Barry Lyndon like younger version of him in the you know what I'm talking about
Well,
of
no, he
Willington as a younger person, but
well
he does look like that as older.
as just yeah for real.
Like
Um, all right, whatever.
Lord
It's
Willington.
irrelevant. I can't really do that right now
Terror of
anyway.
Frankenstein 1977.
Well, that
And
doesn't. That's
it's
not
like
Nosferatu. That's Frankenstein.
what what the fuck am I talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. I was almost
God
certain I
damn
knew
it.
of every Nosferatu adaptation, and there are, honestly are not as many as you would think for
It's
something
the
that's
same
public
thing.
domain.
God damn it,
Did
you
he play
mother
Dracula?
hecker. Um
I think it was
okay.
settled. I think it was settled in court that Nosferatu and Dracula are two different things because Bram Stoker's wife tried to sue F.W. Murnau shortly after the release of Nosferatu.
What was the defense against that? I mean, it is
There,
the
there.
same.
I don't know. I have no idea. I think actually that might be why it's public domain now. Is you created something that's just, an abomination. It doesn't belong to you. You stole everything from Bram Stoker. What are you going to do with that?
That was
Well,
the trade off. Is
I,
like
I feel like it's it's public domain stat, and maybe it would be public domain regardless at this point, right? Um, I
yeah.
feel like that is directly related. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
I haven't seen the Werner Herzog one.
It's good. It's a little dull, honestly, and especially if you watch the German language version. There is a dub where he got most of the English act or most of the actors in the movie could also speak English, and so they did that. That one is a little more watchable. It's not bad. It's just for a Nosferatu movie, it's more a Werner Herzog movie. Fitzcarraldo.
I don't do that. I don't do that where like I watch like the English dub. I don't do that.
That's not what you do when you watch Dragon Ball GT.
What the fuck is that? What are you
Super
talking
Saiyan 4 is where Goku turns into a big red monkey.
What are you talking about? I don't
I'm
watch
trying to talk
any
about
anime.
Wuthering Heights. You're talking about
Any
Wuthering
anime.
Heights. You're talking about all this dubbing stuff. There's no dubbing in Wuthering Heights. It's an English novel by Emily
Yeah.
Bronte.
So who do you think? What do you think of the one topic that was particularly controversial was the I heard it was misogynistic, and that would be
That's
the.
retarded. That's a stupid ass argument
Let me
considering
explain.
Heathcliff at one point, like, they make a concerted effort that he's like doing, what is it, affirmative consent or some shit with the dweeb girl, the incel girl who can't get any dick. And so she settles for
She
being
is.
abused.
She's the femcel. Yeah. So like, I feel like they were definitely buying into it. Like she was definitely like, I. This is it. This he like. First off, he does. Let's get this out of the way. He does ask her. Second off, she's kind of like her whole life. She's been like this weird like brother sister like dynamic where it's like I don't even know what is going on there.
Her
And
and
she
Edgar.
obviously has like some weird thing where she's in like has a fuck ton of money, can do whatever she wants, and all she does is stay in this house all day.
Hmm.
So like it's like and she makes dolls and she's like a childish older like early 20s, probably like mid 20s, like I don't
This is
I bet
so
in the
many women today, by the way.
you saw so many women today. What'd you
No,
say?
I said that. What you just described is so many women today.
You don't even want to know what I know. And especially with me being in college, I know exactly what you're talking about. Um, with the amount of like, anyways, it's just like this film, like she's so weird and childish, but she's like happens to be like an adult, and I think that's kind of like the thing here is like she's trapped in like she's not trapped, but she's like in this like mansion, lord mansion, and then this guy Heathcliff like is like I'm gonna get back at my sister who doesn't who's married somebody else, so I'm gonna like chain her up and use her and fuck her and do all this shit that I used to do to my sister to you. And I mean I was particularly funny thing. That's one thing I thought that was really missing in this film in particular was it. I think it had so much opportunity to be funny and to be like so outlandish and like kind of play into the absurd nature of what's going on. And I think if I were to give it any, I don't think it went hard enough with what it was doing. Like I don't think it
You
showed
should have.
enough
You thought it should
BDSM.
be slapstick. You wanted this to be Three Stooges, but the remake.
Not Three Stooges. Like I mean, like just like fucking
You
like
wanted the Sean
throne. Like
Hayes Three Stooges remake with Larry David and Snooki.
I unironically think that is a masterpiece. I think that is a great film. I it's my favorite Jersey Shore episode. Um, I love that film. Let's get that out of the
You
way.
didn't like all the egg sitting, the clear metaphor for damn, this bitch is old. Damn, she ain't gonna have healthy kids. Damn, she's bleeding all over the place because she's almost 40.
I mean, yeah. What do you? Is this Jersey Shore references you're saying? I
No, this
don't
is about
understand.
Wuthering Heights. I didn't know that happened in the Three Stooges movie with Sean Hayes from Will and Grace.
Oh, you're talking about like the egg on the bed thing in this film. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. I don't understand that. I don't. Is
That's a
there something
classic gag. I'm gonna pull that on somebody next time I shoot something and have a production house.
only
It's not gonna be a
only the
flirtatious thing
female
though. It's
can
just gonna
get
be to piss somebody off. Could you imagine having dried egg yolk in your bed afterward? You're scrubbing it out because you don't want to do laundry.
that. Oh my goodness, I would have like. Oh my goodness, yeah, I would have beat the shit out of my brother or sister or whatever. If that happened. No
What if your
mercy.
hot sister was Margot Robbie though?
Oh, it's over.
Your
Oh, it's
bloodline is
over.
over. It's a retarded bloodline from there on forward. That's
Oh,
pure incest.
well, I'm probably gonna marry somebody else, but I'm gonna like kind of like write down in the prenup like
You
if you
marry
catch
someone
me,
else, your sister is your mistress.
yeah, I'm gonna write that in the prenup. I'm gonna be like, you cannot legally use this as a reason to divorce me because I'm gonna have to fuck my sister stupid. Like I'm gonna like I and you're gonna watch
Well,
or
let me
something.
ask you, what is the difference? What is the difference between this and how they ended Dexter, where Dexter's sister is like, "Oh, I think I'm in love with you, Dexter," even though we're stepbrother, stepsister.
I don't know nothing about that. I don't know
You
nothing
should look
about
into
that.
it. You should definitely look into
I
it.
know people that fuck with that show, but I thought they were fucking in real life, and then they
Oh
probably
yeah.
just were like, "Yo, we
Well,
kind of want to see your bone."
here's what happened.
I don't know.
Actually, it kind of came at a weird time because they got married in season 4 of the show, and then they were divorced by season 6 because he started fucking the routine guest star of season 5, Julia Stiles, and then they introduced the incest. Actually, I'm in love with you, even though you're my brother subplot when the show was winding down around the 7th season. So they probably hated each other at that point. Maybe some writer thought they were being slick and were like, maybe I can put them back together. Maybe this will be good.
They
And
got
it
word
didn't
from the
work.
higher ups, you know. The
Yeah, Les Moon. It came from Les Moonvest's office.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, we need to keep the headlines going somehow. You know, like I don't know. I mean, if I was running a show and my stars break up with each other, come on now, we got to get them back together. I mean, we must manipulate these actors
I mean,
into
it could be a double or
emotional
nothing.
turmoil.
Could be a double or nothing deal where you're thinking, shit,
Yeah,
it's only a matter of time before one of them wants out of their contract. Maybe if we do this, maybe if we like try and force them together, then they'll work up a chemistry again.
yeah.
Maybe we can create that situation. Didn't work. What do you think about the complaint that Margot Robbie's too old for Jacob Elordi in this movie?
I mean,
Because
they
I've
should
seen
shut their
that.
fucking mouth because she's a beautiful lady.
Well, she's what? She's like 34 or something. He's 29.
To me, she's whatever age I saw her, in Wolf of Wall Street. So, so to me, she's 25.
She got
So
naked in that movie. She doesn't want
she
to
got
show
more
any
naked
skin
in
here.
that.
And honestly, I thought they were being a little strategic with the kissing because at some points it looked like are they angling this so they're not actually making contact here? Are they
It is
doing?
very
Did she get married or something? Did she get married in
like
the last couple
it's all
years?
like choreographed, the kissing to be like
It
the
looked
most
like
important
it looked
thing.
like there was more contact with the kisses made between her and the guy who played Edgar, her husband, than Jacob Elordi in some of these scenes.
Mm, I mean, even like sex too. Like, don't they show them fucking? Isn't that correct?
They
The
do, but they
husband.
don't. They don't really, It's like clothes on. It's from behind. It's close-ups of the face
Yeah, I'm
reaction
sure how
shots.
that. Come on, even back then, I'm sure they were taking like who's what it's the 1800s. They're not taking their clothes off when they're having sex. Is that where we're at now with our like historical knowledge? Is that really what's going down? Like,
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think here's my assumption. This movie's obviously tailored to young women, and by young women, I'm actually referring to young women to old women. I'm saying 20 to 40-year-old women, like book talk types
yeah,
of ladies,
good
and
reads.
they have an aversion to sex scenes because there's this common trope, this common little nugget memed dialogue of there's never been a necessary sex scene in a movie. They're completely unnecessary across the board, which is untrue, which is not accurate. But that is a common talking point now when it comes to these things.
I don't. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe the guys are the ones that want the sex scenes and the women aren't, but the women want them, but subversive and not actual fucking. Is that what you're getting at? Is that I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm saying, in theory, women will avoid complaining about uh, explicit romance or intimacy in a movie if it's handled in the way that you see in this film. But then they wind up complaining about other shit. So it's kind of fruitless. They're always going to have a problem. And when it comes to this sort of thing, it does reduce the stakes of the romance for me. Now, I actually bought into these two characters being in lust with each other. The yearning of Heathcliff for her. I was on board with
Yes.
that.
Yes.
I was in for it. I think they both gave like very good performances in this movie. This was much better Jacob Elordi than fucking Frankenstein.
Or Euphoria.
No, 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 no.
You really liked him in
He's
Euphoria?
excellent. He Euphoria is what made me change my opinion on Jacob Elordi because I watched
I'm not saying
Priscilla.
he wasn't great in Euphoria. I'm just saying like I think he did do really well in here.
Oh yeah, no, he did fantastic here. But I'll give you an example here. So I was talking to a mutual friend of ours, DC, some time ago, and my only frame of reference for Jacob Elordi's acting was Priscilla, where he's playing like a very uh,
Yeah.
detached version of Elvis. He's like hardly, he's kind of removed from the vibe of the movie. He's there to fuck Priscilla and take advantage of Priscilla and use Priscilla and then send her off or whatever. And he's off on a movie set and banging someone else. He lies to her, whatever. You know, he's a bad guy. He's a bad, complete inverse of Austin Butler's Elvis, which is the more uplifting, heroic superhero Elvis. And I didn't really see him, you know, stretch his acting muscles in that role. I wasn't impressed by it, but DC would not shut up about it. I think he named Priscilla his best movie of 2022, 2023, whenever that film came out. I was like,
I
what are
don't
you
know
talking
nothing about
about?
that. I don't know. I
No.
haven't seen it.
But then I picked up Euphoria in 2024, started watching that show, and he's the best part of Euphoria. He's awesome on Euphoria. So I'm Team Jacob. I'm a fan, and did great here. But Frankenstein was another one where, and that wasn't even really his fault. Honestly, it wasn't even a bad performance from him in that movie. I think just the depiction of the monster character is so like Guillermo del Toro playbook to a T, and it's not interesting and it's lame, and it's like, oh yeah, the freak is. It requires empathy again. There's nothing wrong with him. He's just you know, over it,
I'm
fucking
not
over
like
that.
some huge Guillermo del Toro guy. Like I mean, I haven't seen Frankenstein, but I recently watched Pan's Labyrinth, and I just thought it was like kind of okay.
Mm-hmm. I
But I
agree with
think
that. That's
Hellboy
not a popular
2,
opinion, but Pan's Labyrinth has never done it for me,
I think
ever.
Hellboy's his best, and Blade 2 is fucking awesome. But Blade 1, you can't beat Blade 1. Like, you know, but on the Jacob Elordi thing, I think I love in Euphoria, like the first episode is the bit when he's screaming at her while he's driving, and he's like, "How about you ride this dick, bitch?" and throws something at her, and she's at the party, and he's like, "Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you?" Like, it's so good. Like, it's the funniest fucking. Like, I don't know. I like you for it. I mean, I think there's some like moments in that are like meant to like. I don't think people should be mad at like its depiction and rather like demoralizing kind of view of young people. I think people should be mad that like that shit is like closer to reality than it being displayed on screen. Because
Mm.
personally, I hate to be like that guy, but Euphoria is like actually very representative of like high school for young people now.
That's depressing. You know,
And I'm not like
Euphoria.
nobody wants to say that. Like they want to think that like they're morally like the show is like is wrong, and it's like in it's a
Stupid,
demoralizing.
stupid, stupid arguments. I mean, that's another example of something very similar to Wuthering Heights, but different in that people categorized it as obscene or degenerate. That was the other word with this movie too that I saw getting thrown around a lot in its opening weekend. This is a degenerate movie, and it's not at all. Um, but Euphoria, people were against that because it was high school kids having sex with each other.
It's like people that don't like kids. It's like the whole like kind of point of the movie Kids is not like I don't even know what
It's for
other
Larry Clark
people.
to get his rocks off on the set
Oh,
with
I
his
don't.
shirt
Maybe we could
off.
make that argument, but also it's kind of like, hey, maybe don't do drugs and have a bunch of
Don't pass
unprotected
straight
sex.
AIDS. That was the lesson.
Yeah, well, like I don't like with Euphoria again. Like people don't want to face the ultimate reality that the subjects talked about in the film are not portrayed as like. I mean, they're not like portrayed. People aren't saying they're like portrayed as good, like what they're doing. But I think people are like kind of too caught up in like the shock value that it's doing, and I think there is too much like dolly pans, and it's kind of too technically advanced, and it could be like stripped down a bit and get the same shit across. But I think overall it is like representative of real reality, and I think even in Wuthering Heights, it is kind of like probably representative of like weird familial dynamics of Brit. I don't fucking know, but I feel like it's trying to show something,
Hmm.
and people kind of can't They don't want to hear it. They don't want to see these things like just displayed on screen because it's off-putting to them, and so they're gonna call it degenerate. Because they can't handle the truth. Let's get a Jack Nicholson
They said
quote
the
here.
same thing about Saltburn. So there's this overriding connection between all these Jacob Elordi projects. He's good in Saltburn too, by the way.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
But people have it out for Emerald Fennell. They really, and I think especially women dislike Emerald Fennell, and they're wrong. They're all wrong. Everyone who's criticizing Emerald Fennell as a director is dead wrong. They don't understand it. They think it's either try hard or fake degenerate or real degenerate, or it's just no, she's a maximalist director. And where do you find a female maximalist director these days that's doing something as interesting? You can't find it anywhere else, not that I can think of off the top of my head. One of, when I posted my initial review on Letterboxd of Wuthering Heights, someone commented that Emerald Fennell was the female Zack Snyder, and that's not exactly right, but it's not wrong
Yeah,
either.
no, and I'm cool with that.
Hmm.
Like, what? Who gives a fuck? That's
I
Halle Berry. That's fascinating.
more
I
more
want
than
to see
anything
more of her.
else,
I don't care.
more than anything else right now, I admire the maximalist directors who are doing something right and interesting and not strictly rely. And when I say maximalism, I mean like truly ambitious with the scope of the project, and not just ambitious in one sense, whether that be visual, because there's a lot of visual directors as well who don't care too much about the characters, the story. You'll watch, and I like Michael Bay. Michael Bay is a fantastic example of a maximalist director. But some of those movies you'll see of his are only visually maximalist, and you'll get characters that are very thin and rely on either the star power of them or a comedy rapport between the two. Look at Ambulance for an example. It has Jake Gyllenhaal and the dude who's the bad guy in Aquaman 1 and 2, right? And the nature of the movie is maximalist, but like the characters are thin, the plot is thin. So when you get somebody like Emerald Fennell
Yeah.
who's doing a full, well-rounded maximalist picture, or Zack Snyder, or somebody along those lines, I have no choice but to support that and want to get behind that and see more of that because it is in limited supply.
So, explain to me her last two movies because I have not seen them, and
Um,
explain to me what were
okay,
good about them
the
or
first
bad.
movie that came out, and I think this one kind of shot her in the foot with a lot of people, was Promising Young Woman, and that
Looked
was
terrible.
yeah. So that was like a Me Too flavor movie where people were like, "This is actually uh, American Psycho for women," and she's taking home guys who are trying to like bait rape her or something, and not all of them are bad guys. I don't know. I actually have not seen Promising Young Woman. Okay. But I know that that got nominated in 2018, 2019 for Oscars. This was her first feature film, I'm fairly certain. Um, because of that, because of the idea that there's a message here to the movie. It might not be reflective of the quality of the film. It could just be like right place, right time. I'm not sure. I will watch it at some point. Cut to Saltburn. Saltburn is like if you were to do a millennial Barry Lyndon. It reminded me so much of the TV shows of the aughts, like Skins and Misfits, because it's primarily these teen characters in college, and you have Barry Keoghan playing a social climber. Um, and it actually, I think it takes a little from Tio Roma, if I remember right. That's the one with Terrence Stamp that Pasolini did, right, where he's fucking the entire family. It's a touch of that,
Mhm.
and people hated that movie. People were like, "This shit sucks. This is cringe. This is," and then the other half of that again. It's this interesting dichotomy where, depending on where you fall in your clique and like your subculture, it's either cringe or it's degenerate, and it's trying to be the opposite thing and failing. I don't know. But they said very similar things about Saltburn. Saltburn is actually closer to those descriptions in Wuthering Heights. Is like there are aspects of that movie that are degenerate, like he's slurping like cum out of the drain of the tub that Jacob Elordi was bathing in, that type of thing. You don't have
That's
any of that in Wuthering
yeah.
Heights.
You gotta tone that down. Um, yeah, that sounds interesting. I think out of all those, I'd probably watch Saltburn.
It's an entertaining film, and
Because I do like,
unfortunately,
yeah,
there's no physical media release of it or anything. You can only watch it on Amazon. It was an Amazon release when it came out, so you can find it there. I guess that's the upside if you have Amazon Prime. What did you
yeah.
think of some of the supporting characters in this? We talked about the father a bit at the beginning of the show, but what did you think about Nellie? You had Hong Chow playing Nellie in this movie, and I have uh, probably an unpopular opinion regarding Nellie, which is that she's the villain of the film. She is just a sexless frau who is nosing into something that is really none of her business. She causes all of the problems in the film and ignites Heathcliff's uh, unfavorable nature by being very carefully manipulative uh, because she's bitter towards Kathy because Kathy's wanted and desired and has options.
Yeah, I mean, damn, I couldn't even, I couldn't, I kind of just found her like annoying, and I think like she was kind of bland. But now I'm thinking about it, I mean, maybe that was on the surface, and maybe behind her was a rather manipulative
Well, you know
way of
what
things,
is
and maybe yeah,
not
you're
that
right.
shocking to hear is so many people were like, yeah, she was the only likable character. She was the only relatable character. Well, I think you're
Oh, those
telling on
people, you gotta run
yourself.
away from them. If that's
Full stop.
they might,
Absolutely.
yeah. Well, who the fuck? No, those people that there's people that probably wouldn't like this film. I would think that, yeah. Oh, that's fascinating. That's a fascinating
Well,
dynamic
well,
right there.
let's think about it because really, what causes the severing between Kathy and Heathcliff is Nellie seeing that Heathcliff is listening outside and then shaping the conversation to that to bring about favorable unresponses from Kathy. So he's discouraged because she doesn't want the two of them together. Because Kathy was rude to her the second before and was like, yeah, you don't know anything about just being like a brat, 35-year-old brat. You don't know anything about guys and being wanted by guys and marriage, Nellie. And
Is she
then
wrong though?
no, she's not wrong. She's completely right. But I mean, what are you going to do if you're Nelly? I don't know. Are we supposed to acknowledge that she's Asian in 1840 something and that like living in England would probably
No,
limit
we're
your
not.
romantic
We're
opportunities?
not
I don't
supposed to
know.
acknowledge that. Why would you ever do that?
Just like, the Indian guy who plays Edgar, I was like, is he supposed to be Mediterranean or something? I don't understand. Because you do get like little sprinkles of ethnic diversity here and there. The opening has like some black children in the audience for the hanging. Like, but it's kind of unclear whether or not we're supposed to just like, all right, we're living in like a Bridgerton reality of things, or is this supposed to be socially taboo that they're involved in this? I don't know.
I mean, why would you ever think that anybody could be native to any European country ever? What is wrong with you?
You're right.
No
You're right.
Europeans deserve their countries at all.
All right. Well, let's
Um,
not get on that. No, we could keep it. Let's keep it in the reality of Wuthering Heights. I'm just trying
and
to
Bridgerton,
distinguish here
our
as
reality
an
of Bridgerton.
extension. Yes. With
Yeah,
that though, let to
she was
the
pretty
point of
good though.
Nellie.
Yeah,
To the
she
point of
was.
Nellie, what does she also do? She's also throwing away Heathcliff's love letters that he's forcing his concubine
Oh,
wife
that was
to pen.
crazy. Yeah, that was. Oh, that was like a.
So, in her continually thinking she knows what's best, that she's going to be helping her friend, she's kind of being the duff. She's being the fat friend slob who's like, she's not interested when the guy approaches at the bar. She's doing that sort of thing. And really, what is the end result of that? Well, Kathy dies from a miscarriage and bleeds out, and Heathcliff is devastated, and Edgar's like, oh, fuck. I'm a loser cuck husband. I'm trying to be nice to Heathcliff, and he's gonna fucking slap me now. All right, so you ruined everything, Nellie. So really, what is the through line lesson that you can take away from this is do not leave those types of friends that will turn on you on in a dime and will try and manipulate your life. Don't let them be too close, and certainly do not forgive or forget those instances. And how dare Edgar keep her around?
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't even. In short, I'm a big fan of Margot Robbie's character in this film, and
I thought
but
you were
I
gonna say
mean,
I'm
I
a big
guess
fan of Margot Robbie's big tits.
yeah. Well, in the tighteningness of the, anyways,
Of the yeah, the way just pushing them up,
it
pushing what
reminds
are
me of
probably
Pirates of the
B cups
Caribbean.
up. Yep.
Miss Swan, Miss Swan
Oh, dude, I
impression.
kept looking at Nelly and thinking Miss Swan from Mad TV the whole time. Holy shit! I wish Hans was here to pull up an image of Miss Swan. But some of those hairstyles are not flattering at all on her. Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe the ending was a bit could have been. I don't know. I think I was expecting something rather. Speaking of Barry Lyndon, I think you mentioned it earlier about something. I was expecting like a duel between them or something, and I mean maybe that's just immature of me to just want the film to end in violence or end in something. But I mean, I think it did end pretty strongly with the death. But I think the ending was. I mean, I don't know how it ends in the book. I mean, I know you haven't. I mean, but
No, neither do I. Honestly,
uh,
I was expecting the hanging to come back around. I was like, all right, Heathcliff is going to do something to get
yeah, that's
hanged.
what the first thing I thought when that happened. I was like, is this the beginning of the end or like I don't even know. Like,
But no, it's just a moment. It's just a thing that they start the movie with. And you know, like I said, we're introduced to the children of Heathcliff, Kathy in the book, and it goes generational with it. So I don't know. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna continue reading. I've got about
yeah,
a third of the book that's left. So I'll let you know. But on the whole, not knowing a whole lot about Wuthering Heights before seeing this movie, I was pleased with it. I
I
enjoyed
was
it,
too. Yeah,
you know? Um, and I have no complaints about it. I was very happy to go to the theater and see this movie, post Valentine's Day. And I'm pretty sure there was a woman still sobbing in the back during that theatrical
just fucking finger
experience.
blasting, sobbing and shit.
I think
Yeah,
that comes after. I think that's after going home, settling in, and reflecting on what happened in the movie.
Jacob Elordi, sexy in the search bar.
What do you think about him as Bond?
Anybody but that'd be a great pick. I don't think there's
I
any
feel like I
other.
could play James Bond with these sunglasses on.
I think AI Sean Connery is the answer. No,
They
yeah, I
already
think
did. They
Jacob
had brought
Elordi is
Sean
great.
Connery back one time already. He
Sean
made 50
Connery.
years old feel like 70 years old. Who's Never Say Never Again? You ever see that?
Black man is in the chat.
Who? Heathcliff.
Heathcliff. Is
Are
he
are
just?
you with us right now? Is it the ghost of Kathy? Oh, that was another thing too in the book. Kathy comes back as a ghost.
Oh, that's fascinating.
So,
But I don't. So is Kenny here or not?
Kenny, are you with us? Did you whip out the Ouija board?
This is like the What's the movie called? Unfriended. It's like
Kenny.
Kenny. All right, all right.
Well, it's not.
I gotta go to the bathroom. But like that.
All right. Well, you go to the bathroom. Let's wait for. I'll do some plugs right now because there were a few things I gotta bring up for our listening
Let's do that.
audience. So go ahead. No, not let's. You go. All right. But for those who didn't hear at the beginning of the show, and I don't know why
I
you would if you got
honestly
to this.
didn't. I just
Oh,
clicked on the
hey Kenny,
link.
thank you for interrupting during the ad read here.
Yeah,
You
no,
can wait a
whatever.
minute and you can turn your
Anyways,
camera on. That was so goddamn rude.
no, I'm not turning on no camera.
What are you
Anyways,
naked in
uh,
bed right now with a lady?
no, I'm not. She's sitting on the couch, butt naked, enjoying herself. So
Okay, well, you this is a video show, Kenny. You can't
I don't have a
be.
shirt on. Are you guys gonna
You didn't
like
have
get
a
all
shirt on the
hard and
last
shit?
episode you did. Why is that a big deal?
Okay, well, just letting you guys know I don't have a shirt on.
All
I'm
right,
not
well,
hiding
you
anything.
you just you put
There's
your
nothing
camera
to
on. It should be
hide.
fine.
What is this show, anyways?
This is movies. It's a podcast by the Active Cinema. What
Okay, all
what
right,
what did you
whatever.
expect it to be?
Yeah.
You think this is B Bang? It's not B Bang.
That would have been cool. We haven't done that in a minute, but I understand.
I've tried. I tried to get Hans for it. Hans is a very busy man these days.
Hello, Kenny.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Mike. How you doing, bro?
Good to see you.
Oz doesn't want to do shit because we don't pay him enough American money. That's why.
Kenny's in bed with a
So,
woman right now. Kenny, what do you think about Wuthering Heights? Are you gonna take this lady to
bro, who
Wuthering
said
Heights?
anything about being in bed, bro? I don't know. I told you she's on the fucking couch,
Oh,
bro.
hey,
It's
what are
fucking
those
like,
Funko Pops going on in the background?
bro, we did this on the, dude, you don't even, I'm done with you,
You know,
bro.
some people don't listen to every single. They don't watch every single
Okay,
episode. You
that's
got
not my
Funkos right
beef.
there.
None of that is my beef, bro. I thought that was enough to solidify shit. And like,
Well,
Lord knows,
Kenny, are you gonna take
Lord
her? Are you
knows
gonna? Hey, hold on.
everybody who
Pause. Pause.
got
Pause. Pause.
mad.
Pause. Pause. Are you gonna take your new lady to go see Wuthering Heights?
Oh, look at this bed we just got.
That looks like a
Beautiful.
standard bed to me, Kenny. That's
That's a fucking king size bed, bro. What are you talking about? You can't
okay.
even fit
Very
that in your
comfortable.
apartment.
Wow.
Very
Don't
comfortable.
hold on. Don't be taking jabs at the size of. You don't know the size of my apartment. You've never been here.
Can you fit a king size bed in your
I
apartment?
probably could. I would have to do some rearranging. Well, yeah.
Well, I rearrange every night. So
Well, Kenny, what do you think about Margot Robbie?
what did he do?
What did he do? I don't know. Sounds like an actor to me. Mike, you want to tell our dear friend Kenny here what did Margot Robbie do?
I
Margot
mean,
Robbie was fucking her adopted brother, tall
wait,
Frankensteining like man.
is Margot Robbie a guy or a girl?
What is it? What does your heart tell
Blonde
you?
woman.
Blonde. Are you guys just saying this so to gauge reaction?
He thinks
Because
we're
like,
No.
making fake characters up or something.
No. No, Kenny.
I've heard the name Margot Robbie, but like I'm not
He's a
like
hockey
Could
player,
be a
Kenny.
British guy. Like a lot of British
yeah,
guys
that's what
have
I
like
think. That's what
gender
I think a
neutral
hockey player or something
names.
like that. I'm not thinking a
Margot
blonde
Robbie is my
woman.
favorite hockey player. You nailed it. You got me.
I
One for
thought
Team America. I mean,
oh, wait, I hate you guys so much. This is what you guys bring me to. You see?
Oh, what do we
This
got?
is what you
Crown
guys
Royal?
do.
What is that?
No, this is Woodford Reserve.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's how we
Yeah.
know you're almost 40.
Huh?
I said that's how we know you're almost 40, Kenny.
Okay. So you're almost 42.
No. I'm a young man. I'm like Mike's age.
he's like 25.
Oh, you're looking like that one dude from that one movie I can't think of right now.
Dracula.
But it's no, but as soon as I think of it, well, I was just watching about this dude too.
Melancholy Durango.
No.
Oh. Last
Damn.
Tango in
Oh wait, no,
Paris.
no, 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 no,
Mass
no.
State Lottery on Gumroad. Is that what
No,
you're
what the
talking about?
fuck was it? It was like this dude.
I think it. Wait, no, it was Mass State
It was like a
Lottery.
murder. It was a murder movie. It was one of those
Oh,
murder
it was a
movies.
Mass State
Yeah,
murder movie.
Mass State Lottery is a murder movie.
Well, it wasn't like Mass State Lottery. It was one of
Wait, hold
those
on. Are you
like.
starstruck right now, Kenny? Because you saw me in the movie?
No, he kind of looks like the bad guy in
Really?
Upgrade though. Low key, LowRes kind of looks like. You know what I'm talking
What?
about?
No,
You ever seen
no.
Upgrade
I
with
have seen Upgrade. I don't
Logan
remember.
Marshall Green with the guy that looks like uh Napoleon Dynamite's brother in it, but like with a wider face.
John Heater?
No,
What the
no,
fuck?
no,
No,
no.
the
Napoleon
brother,
Dynamite's
bro. The
brother
brother.
in it.
This guy looks like if I got AIDS. What are you talking about? This dude looks fucking gay, first of all, and has no meat on his bones whatsoever. I gotta change things up. I gotta go blonde or something again.
Don't be
Mm.
doing that. You gotta wait till
So
like you get the Falstein deal to do that, because then that means you get cloned. You come from Canada, like
Yeah. Kenny, what happened in this murder movie?
what murder movie?
Whatever you were thinking
Um,
of.
it was just some dude. He was just like really strategic in everything he did.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know, the scene, he was able to like murder somebody and he didn't even like touch anybody. Like he like set it up to where like all he did was like drop a pen and then everything else fell into motion.
JFK.
No, I wish it
Oh.
was that
yeah,
easy.
back to the left, back. All right, never mind. Don't get it.
I don't know. We'll find out eventually. I have it saved somewhere because I liked it. So as soon
Okay.
as I find it and I like it, I'll let
And
you
we'll
guys know.
review it on movies.
Well,
Right?
Kenny, I
Oh,
mean,
bro.
since I know you haven't seen Wuthering Heights, that's the episode this evening is Wuthering Heights. What would you do if the love of your life married royalty and you had the opportunity to come
Do
back?
what?
Well, to come back, this is what I'm going to ask you to come back and retaliate in some fashion because you have financial wealth. what would you do? What would be your move?
Um, so you're saying I have money?
You have money, yes. She was not
So,
interested in you before because you were
uh,
impoverished, but now you have money, and she already got wifed up by some schlubby dude.
But the
don't let
dude has
her
a
deal
sister.
with the slubby dude.
But the rich dude has a sister.
But Kenny, the difference here is the love of your life.
Hold on, did MLH say the rich dude has a sister?
He does have a sister, yeah, and she's single, and she has the hots for
And
you.
what's wrong? And what's wrong with that sister?
Well, she's like 29. She makes dolls. She doesn't know any guys. She's a spinster, I guess, for this time period. But she's just as wealthy because she comes from the same family.
So she's basically a virgin with money.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing, right?
All right, so you're Heathcliff. I already know where this is going. You do the same thing Heathcliff does, because what does he do? He wipes her up and he tells her, "Listen, I'm going to be very shitty to you because I'm not interested, but
He's like,
I
I
will be
don't
your
love you.
husband."
He's like,
Yes,
I
he
will
literally
never
says
love
that.
you.
Yeah.
Pause. You're getting a rich virgin.
Mm-hmm.
Are you dumb?
Well,
Who?
that's what happens in Wuthering Heights, released in 2026,
Released in
starring.
1847.
Whenever it's released, bro, that's a whole. She got money, and that's like prime real estate right there, bro.
I
That's
thought you were
like
going to say
vintage
prime
wine.
rib.
Well, if you'd like to see that, go see Wuthering Heights.
Yeah, Kenny, it sounds like you would make the same exact moves as Heathcliff. So
Am I wrong to do that though? It's not like
what
she's
is
dumb.
wrong
She's 20. You
in the
said she's
name of
29,
love?
right? It says she's 29, right?
All is fair in love and war.
Yeah, I mean, she could be younger, she could be older.
No, bro, you got to be specific, bro. She's
Well,
like
I'm
straight out of.
estimating she didn't look like she was older than 30, but she was definitely an adult.
Well, that's prime real estate. That's prime real estate, bro. That's
You
all I'm
eating
saying.
cake batter?
No, I made
Oh,
um.
this was the dog stew you were talking about in the chat on Discord.
What the
Oh
fuck?
yeah, no, I figured it would look like it was gonna be dog stew, but no, it's pulled
Well,
pork.
here's what happened is you said, "Oh, I'm walking this dumb dog right now," and then you proceeded to post meat chunks.
Yeah, dog stew.
How about
Yeah, I
brain
figured that
stew
when I saw it, and I
by
was just
Green
like,
Day?
oh, okay, well, that looks like I eat dogs. Whatever. You could thank Trump for that, anyways.
There's worse things to eat.
Yeah, exactly.
You're snowed in then, Kenny? You're going to be stuck there for a while?
Um, yeah, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm
What,
always stuck here at the movies studios in New York City.
what about you, MLH?
I got Zoom classes tomorrow, so
No, but are you stuck where you're at?
yeah, I'm stuck. Yeah,
Okay, well, just make the use of it.
I'm bringing a
I
girl over
have,
tomorrow. It's gonna be a great day, bro. It's gonna
I
be a great.
have,
I'm bringing Margot
um,
Robbie over
I
tomorrow.
got a, I got a white girl setup of alcohol, so I'm good.
A white girl setup of alcohol. What does that mean?
Yeah, let me show you.
Does this mean a
We
white
got
claw, and a high noon,
the high nudes right there.
a
We got
Lagunitas,
this is what I'm sipping on, and
and
then
Special K.
no, not the special K, bro. The white people whiskey,
Uh huh.
Okay.
Well, our founding
and
father had a whiskey distillery factory, whatever you want to call it.
Didn't he? Hold on. Wasn't there something that came out recently that said George Washington died from leeches sucking all the blood out of his body?
Yeah.
bro. I
Well,
don't know.
probably they did. I know they did do bloodletting when he died
And then they do that to Kathy in this movie where there's
in
leeches
Wuthering Heights,
crawling
and I
all
thought
over
it was actually a
the wall.
particularly great shot.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
thought it
can
was a
somebody
great.
explain the movie to me?
Sure. Well, it's about Heathcliff is adopted by this drunk gambler dog shit father and thrown into his household with Kathy, the dude's daughter. And they have like a very will they, won't they childhood romance. And then they both grow up and They're starting
Wow.
to realize they got a thing for each other. But then Kathy, she's getting old. She's getting long in the tooth. Those eggs are drying up. She's got to go find a suitor, and winds up becoming the object of interest of a wealthy man named Edgar. And then you have this servant named Nellie, who stirs a manipulated web of deceit to make the Heathcliff character believe that Kathy would be embarrassed, purely embarrassed, and that she doesn't care about him if they were to wed. So Heathcliff goes off and Kathy gets married, and then eventually Heathcliff comes back and he's wealthy. He's got some money, and he seems like he's determined to either right wrongs or get even. And unfortunately, it winds up being more getting even, although they have this love affair in the meantime. And unfortunately, Kathy passes away from a miscarriage while pregnant with the wealthy man Edgar's child.
Ah,
And that's the
interesting.
film.
That is very interesting.
Yeah, you should take your girl to go see it, Kenny. Not that you
No,
need
she would
help.
stop. She would not even like that. She would not even like
All
that. She
right, she
likes horror
likes
movies.
Terrifier too.
No, she likes horror movies in general, bro.
Well, it
We
gets
just watched
pretty
it,
hoary. Someone
Terrifier,
dies. There's some
Jesus.
blood. There's a lot of blood in the movie for
bro.
one
We
scene.
just saw this movie called Together, and it's based off of that whole theory about the Rat King thing. Have
The
you heard of
Rat
that?
King. No,
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
Together. Is that a Dave
Okay, so Rat
Franco?
King.
Is it Dave
What?
Franco?
Yeah.
Okay.
James Franco's brother or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But the Rat King theory is like when like a whole bunch of rats like settle up and then they're just like fucking just chill there. The feces and the fecal matter all like bind the tail and then they can't get out. So basically that's what it was in the movie. And like
Wait,
hold on, give me
what?
two
Hold on.
seconds.
They're bound together
I
by
thought
their
it was. It's.
feces?
I thought it
Dude,
was.
they're bound to so right, it's this weird ass thing where like so right, it's James Franco's brother who has the problem, I guess. And like he gets into these weird ass trances and this weird ass shit happens. But like keep in mind that whole rat tail thing that I just told you guys about. That's like a legitimate thing. Like
Uh
you
huh.
can Google
Yeah.
it. But so right, he has this girl, and they're moving out to this weird ass fucking spot in bumfuck nowhere, and I'm just like, why the fuck is an EDM DJ moving out to bumfuck nowhere? Oh, okay, we're
He needs
about to find.
inspiration.
No, fuck, it's because his girlfriend, bro. Girlfriend found a damn job, and they all moved out there because of his girlfriend, bro. So it's because of fucking pussy.
Well, EDM DJs could live pretty much anywhere. All they do is travel.
Yeah, but like it's like he didn't want it, and you could tell he didn't want it. Like because bro, she proposed to him.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know if I
Yeah.
like this movie.
You see, and like that's where like I feel like the movie just like and like you could tell it went that way because of that because like if he had enough time to do his shit and like just mind his own business, he probably would have proposed to her all day,
Well,
and
Kenny,
none of
let
this
me
would have
ask you
happened.
this. Would you rather be in a Together situation or would you rather be in a Wuthering Heights situation?
Um, the second one because there was bro. Okay, right? So remember what I said with the rat tail theory, right? The rat king theory, like
Yes.
how everything just binds together.
Oh.
So right, there was this one scene, crazy softcore porn shit, bro. Wonderful, bro. They got stuck together.
Oh yeah, I saw that in a trailer, but like
Yeah, bro.
it's
They was
crazy.
done and everything, and like I'm pretty sure she pregnant with his kid, but bro, they got stuck. And like I'm talking like his head was like stuck to her
Well,
vag,
how do they move
bro.
around?
Bro, they had to yank it off. That's the whole point, bro. Oh
Did you just
my
spoil
god.
that somebody gets decapitated in the movie?
I don't know, bro. I'm not spoiling it because like I'm not that type of dude. But like that's one of the scenes,
Well, you just,
and
I
it's
mean,
just
you
like,
just
What if the
spoiled
whole
it.
movie is them just like writing? I mean, I know it was like probably ripped off from some other movie. I don't know much about that situation. I don't really want to comment on that. But I also think, what if the whole movie was just like whoever came up with the idea, being like, man, I want to write about how I like low key hate Dave Franco or some shit. Like, I hate this guy.
like I hate the fucking Franco family, bro. Let's
No,
get
no,
his
no,
brother in
because
this
they both
movie.
wrote it and directed it or something like that,
Oh
something along
well,
that line.
we're all Francophiles on this podcast,
No,
so
but I don't know. I assume I don't care if it's. I assume great intentions. Like I don't know. I like the reason I like Dave Franco is because of 21 Jump Street. I think that's one of the best movies ever made. I think of that,
you've
and
said that before. It's not that good. I don't think.
you need to.
I
What's up
mean,
with this like
like,
anti
don't get me
2011
wrong.
rhetoric? I mean, you don't like the Three Stooges, you don't like 21
Were
Jump
they
Street.
both 2011? Damn, what a shit year for movies.
No, that's a great year for movies. I don't know what you're talking about. I think his performance. He's like, oh, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go. Like, it's so good. Like 21. Like it's like I'd say that like I don't even.
All right, let me
I
take a look right now. I'm typing in 2011 movies. Oh, there's a Wuthering
you know
Heights
what
from
they do? Kill a
2011.
guy like me in jail. I'm supposed to go to Berkeley. I'm supposed to go to Berkeley. Like it's so good. He's like, oh my goodness.
Dude, so depressed. Really
What the number one
depressed.
movie of 2011 was Wuthering Heights, so it's settled. The next movie was Crazy Stupid Love, the Ryan Gosling, Steve Carell, Emma Stone, Kevin Bacon, Julianne Moore
I think
movie.
we need those back. Those are I love those types of
What is on it? That's
films.
Scream
beautiful.
4, The Lincoln Lawyer. Wow, everything is just the exact same as
The
it
Lincoln
was.
Lawyer. Oh my goodness, that's a
Great
great film.
soundtrack. I got to
I
give you
put
credit
you
for
on to
tipping me
that.
off to that. Yeah.
That was
Um,
before we even like I would be coming on the show. I just think I just texted you. I was like,
yeah,
"Yo,
you
bro."
just texted me out of the blue and said you should listen to the Lincoln Lawyer soundtrack. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? The Lincoln Lawyer soundtrack?
Like your lawyer's soundtrack. What are we
No,
nerds?
it's baller though. It is a very good sound. He's right. He was right about it.
So
So
I,
I
I
know it
listen to
sounds
video
crazy.
game
I know you
soundtracks,
would.
so don't
I
mind
know
me.
you would say to yourself, not in a million years would I ever go out of my way to think about the Lincoln Lawyer soundtrack, let alone listen to it. But no, it was very good.
Yes, indeed.
No, you're good. I listen to video game songs, so you're set.
You should have the Lincoln Lawyer soundtrack playing in those headphones right now, Kenny.
Yes, you should be.
Bro, you like
It's
these? You
funky.
like these? Nice little Bosies.
Can you hear us through those or is that just for show?
It's just for show right now.
Then
I
why are
was
they on?
because they're connected to my laptop, and I was making beats on my
He would
laptop
be
before I.
nude without them.
Mm. Yeah, you can't have a
No,
naked guest on the show. We can't be doing
I
that.
mean, no, I was making beats, bro. Well, I wasn't making beats. I was listening to a beat while I was writing shit down.
You were making hard style Agartha songs. You were doing
Um,
you're doing Katy
Hip
Perry
hop speaks from the
remixes,
hood.
hard style.
Yeah, right there, that part. Katy Perry remixes. I'll be Juicy J.
That's what I yeah because Kenny is getting into Agartha. We know that. We definitely know that.
But
I actually want to see those beats. So let's converse after this. About that. That's amazing.
my
Okay.
beats, they're not special. I kid you not, they're not special. Like if you look back enough, far back enough on my Instagram, you will find me freestyling, bro. And that's
You
the
could probably
best thing
find
you
you
will get off of
freestyling
me.
from a week ago. Who you kidding, man? All right.
Probably.
MLH, would you recommend Wuthering Heights? I kind of sense that you would.
Would you? I feel like he would too.
I would recommend it. It's a great February film, Valentine's Day film. Quite I hate this narrative that is being spinned against this film of it being degenerate, of it being
I think people are going to come
misogynistic.
around to it over time. And Emerald Fennell as
Totally.
a director. I think the moment that
Yes.
we're existing in right now, people are very quick to do from the hip, off the cuff commentary, criticism about shit that
As
does
they
not
do.
really hold up. Yeah.
Yes.
But this is a pretty enjoyable movie. I love the music video style editing for some sequences. The Charlie XCX soundtrack is great. It's fantastic. Great choice there. It also made it feel like one of those classic 90s Warner Brothers movies when they would just bring in a popular artist to do the soundtrack. Think about like Prince on the Batman soundtrack back in '89. You know, you don't get that too
Why
often
didn't
these
we get
days.
this movie to review?
What's that?
I said, why did we get this movie to review? It sounds really nice.
I know, right? Well, I mean,
They
this.
gave me some melancholy bullshit, and I'm just like,
Well, this
wow,
is
this
what
is
happens.
depressing as
This is what
shit.
happens when we pick the movie versus the listeners pick the movie. And if you are a listener who wants to pick the next movie to be discussed on this show, go to patreon.com/LowRes and sign up. We got 3 different tiers. We got the listener sponsored tier, which is $100, in which case you will force Hans and myself to sit down and watch a movie of your choosing and then discuss that film on the show. Then we have the brand new Kenny tier for $151. You get the same thing, but then Kenny's involved, and Kenny has to sit and watch the movie, partake in the conversation
Dude,
on this
somebody,
show.
hold on,
Yeah, you
hold
hold on.
on.
You do your thing. And then the
No,
third,
no, no, no,
hold
no.
on. I'm not done doing the ad read.
You
And then,
keep explaining. You keep
yeah, yeah,
explaining,
yeah.
but I'm
Okay.
gonna just yeah.
Then stop button in. Third tier is the Civic TV tier, and we just got our first listener who signed up for that today. That is a live episode of Civic TV as hosted by myself, Hans, and Jerry Jensen. We will sit and we will watch a movie or something equivalent for 2 hours of your choosing for $300. That listener picked Double Dragon from the 90s. I'm so glad they didn't go with a piece of shit movie. So head on over there today, patreon.com/LowRes if you want to sign up. If you're interested in watching Mass State Lottery, go to mslfilm.com and you can order your very own copy today. We actually have like a handful of Blu-rays left. We're only shipping to the United States, though. Only domestic orders for those. There's literally like 14 Blu-rays left in the shop. But you can watch it online as well for less money. And you get some of the special features on the Blu-ray, not all of them. You will get a commentary track. You will get a remastered short film, I Remember You, which Open Comfort Systems was part of the Boston Film Festival. We have an accompanying short film that was part of the theatrical screenings for Mass State Lottery starring Tim Stabers, your buddy MLH, and Dalton Pruitt. And we also have 2 deleted scenes from the movie that are featured in there. MSLfilm.com if you want to watch Mass State Lottery today. Kenny, all right, what were you saying before? Then we're going to wrap up the show.
Somebody on Discord, Autism Rectum, said watch Dog Star Man, and I'm pretty sure I almost had a seizure watching that.
Oh, you tried to watch it? You actually, you took an unsolicited recommendation from a viewer and it wasn't even paid
Like I was
for?
just curious because cause I don't buy like I'm actually pretty interested in that whole following type shit. But like it's bro, like okay, dude, that was just weird watching that because it wasn't even like okay, Melancholy Angel, that was something. But like compared to that, I was just like, bro, you just like took a bunch of skits and put them together like really intricately, but like it wasn't that special.
Hmm. All right, well, I probably won't
But
watch that unless I'm paid to, but
yeah, no, exactly. Like, and I got a nice little in-depth review if anybody wants to get into that. But
all
I
right.
need my money.
Yeah, they can cash app you $10 and maybe you'll get on the phone with them and talk about it or something. That's what you should do.
Man, I'm not even getting on the phone. That's too much work, bro. Do you see the snow right now, bro? It's
You
like
can hold on,
ridiculous.
you can write them a letter with your beautiful penmanship.
Yes.
Might be. That's like
I'm
that'd
not even
be
kidding.
thirty.
For people who don't know, Kenny actually has like terrific handwriting. It's
That'd be like
insane.
$30 just for the penmanship alone. I know how much my handwriting's worth. Rude.
They need to hire you to do love letters.
Bunch
Peter
of
Oh
Lips should
love
man,
have
letters.
hired you to
Kenny,
do
maybe
love
we
letters.
should have you scribe all of the anonymous love line questions we get first so we can just unfold them on pieces of paper and present them on air.
Why
Ooh, that
not?
one would
I'll
be
do
so
that.
good. That'd be so
You
good.
guys gotta, but it'll be legible. If you guys are looking for legible, right? Yeah, I can do legible.
It's more than legible. It's more than legible. But all right,
Well, if you're
where
looking for fancy script, that's gonna cost money.
okay,
But I can
we'll
do
we'll see.
nice script.
We got to wrap up here. MLH, thank you for coming in tonight. Kenny, thank you for picking up Better Late Than Never, the king of the 11th hour podcast
Can
appearance.
everybody start like? And I'm not talking crap. I am not talking crap. I love the audience and I enjoy them hardcore. I love you guys, but stop picking these weird ass movies where like, because like everything just seeps into everything, and then oh we have something for Love Line, and then like bam, and it's just like dude, don't do that, bro. Like,
I'll
give
co-sign
me an
that. I'm
action.
I'm tired of troll picks. I'm tired of like, oh man, these guys are gonna have a hard time with this movie style
They
selection.
Has
pick like the
anybody hit
Andy
you up?
Warhol Empire State Building movie.
Yeah,
It's like 10
dude.
hours
Like,
of like
Don't
the
even,
Empire
dude.
State
Don't even
Building
give them
sunset.
recommend. Like, it can get worse, and it can be something
like,
like
thanks
that.
for the money. Thanks for the money, but like, I'd rather do an in depth about like Judge Dredd, bro. Oh my
I thought you were gonna
goodness,
say
bro.
Judge Judy.
No, Judge Dredd,
Yeah, that would
bro.
be fun.
You got to watch three
What?
hours of Judge Judy. Can you do it, Kenny?
Oh my God. Yeah, I'd watch 3 hours of Judge Judy.
I
A
probably
white
have.
woman,
When I would
white
skip
woman
school
yelling
back
at me.
in 2007, I probably did go to somebody's apartment and watch Judge Judy
All
all
I'm gonna,
morning.
all I'm gonna say is we all want that one elderly white woman yelling at us, and you know
We
damn well she
all,
can get it.
I don't
Yeah,
relate to this at all, even a little
yeah,
bit.
I've
you
had
do.
enough elderly white women yell at me. I mean, maybe this is
Yeah,
something you're starting,
and
or
you like
maybe
it, don't you, bro? You like it, don't you, bro? Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Freak ass.
I don't know. I'm looking for
MLH your freak
elderly
ass.
Latina women.
Yeah, I see you, bro. Like, tell me what you do, Mamacita.
Yeah,
he
that's
be in,
exactly what I'm going for.
Yeah,
he be in Spanish class.
this is not Wuthering
Play.
Heights at all. But that's all
Dude, look
right.
at this snow. Look at the snow, though.
There's a lot. You should go do a snow angel, Kenny.
No, I'm not doing all that shit. Fuck that. Oh, fucking Paul went to Florida. And like he was like, okay, nobody's gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna have two people work, but nobody else is gonna work. Oh, you can work if you want. And I was like, I'll take your dog for you. So I've been dog sitting this whole time.
Oh,
The
that's why you're
easiest,
walking dogs.
yeah, easiest $300 ever, bro.
Nice.
But
I would say you should have
uh,
went with him, but I think your situation now is definitely better for you.
dude, what I need to go to Florida with Paul for, bro?
Yeah,
If I go to
exactly.
Florida, I'm going to Florida. I'm gonna go see my brother and my
You could
sister.
go with him and get catfished by some not Asian cryptocurrency woman again.
Or
That's a
I
classic.
can go, or I can go back to the hometown that I was raised in
Hmm.
and just chill over there.
Yeah,
And
you
then
could.
yeah, yeah, no, I would definitely do that, bro. What the fuck I look like? Mm.
A mark.
Most I would get is a dinner because the date didn't show up and it's just two guys just
How many times does that happen where Paul's date didn't show up, so he wound up buying you? Honestly, that could be a good scam for you to do. Is you just keep baiting him for free
good stuff
dinners.
for
You
me.
make Snapchats.
No,
You got to make a
I
new
know, bro.
Snapchat
You
account as
keep
an
I'm
making
not
Asian
about
woman.
Snapchats and
that.
hit them up.
I am no
And
stop,
you send them
guys.
like a picture of like your butt chin or something, or like I don't know. But that
First
doesn't
off,
work
Can
because
you
you're
I
do
an
a
am
Asian
face
man.
filter? Do they have the race face
first
filter
Yeah, the
still?
race
AI,
face.
like Asian women, fucking.
Yeah, no, he has a specific type. First off, and second off, wouldn't even feel it. Third off, don't even care because like I know what's going on. Everybody else around me can confirm they know what's going on, and we're just like, hey, we can't do anything. But we believe that it's not real. But like,
Your
shut
your
up,
You're
Cosmo.
cutting it out.
your connection's cutting out here, Kenny. But that's all right. We're gonna wrap up on that note anyhow. It's already way too long on this episode. MLH, thank you for coming by. Kenny, thank you for coming by. We'll record again soon. That has been movies for this week. Thank you for listening.
Let's do some drugs now, guys.